Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So today for you, we got Red Hybrid for BT12, the deck I am probably the most excited to have the most fun with, versus Shoutmon XHeart, Cross 7 Superior Mode, whatever you want to call it. This is basically classic XHeart with the new updated stuff with the superior mode. So a lot of the XHeart we're used to seeing with the superior mode added into it, with a couple other techs that are kind of interesting. This is not going to be the new Hunter's deck or any of those other kind of decks like the Digimon, so on and so forth. This is very much classic XHeart Shoutmon with Cross 7 superior mode. All right, so we've got these decks going head-to-head. I've actually got two games for you today. One game, one deck just pops off, absolutely crushes it, and the other one has some really good back and forth with a bit of a surprise ending that might surprise you. Also, new month, that means new memory marker featured on the channel. We got Digimon finally making its appearance on the channel. I have been hounding for this one forever from my wife. This is handmade by her, Digimiyu, hand painted as well. Super awesome. This is our Patreon giveaway for the month, as well as you can find this on her Etsy page as well. It comes in two different versions. It's got a flight stand one, or with a lava base, or you can get just it sitting on the ground, whichever one you prefer. This thing is super cool. There's so much detail with the fire and everything like that. Great face, just an all-around great memory marker. Super cool. You can find that as well on her Etsy page, and all of our other previously made memory markers that she's had in the channel or featured on the channel as well. You can find on her Etsy page. All right, here we are going head to head here. We'll have a Red Hybrid going first here. You're going to see that Yokomon, that's the on deletion. If you have a tamer in play, you get to draw one, as well as the new Flamemon of the on play, trash a hybrid to draw two cards. Not something you want to play out too soon early on unless your hand's really full of hybrids. Instead, we're going to see the old Flamemon, the reveal 3, add a hybrid and a red tamer. We see that EmperorGreymon get added. Passing over to the opponent here, though, they're going to hard play a Taiki and debating what to put under and what to grab, debating the cross 5. Instead, going to go with the Sparrow and going to use the Ballistamon underneath. Makes sense because your tamers can play them out for free here, where we do see the Zenji there. So play for 3, play it out for 0, and then suspend the Zenji to gain 1 back. Very powerful play. That is the blocker one. So just keep that in mind. So you can't do any kind of just wild swings, with no caution there. So debating what plays to go into, long thoughts. Ended up going with the EmperorGreymon, though. Just for 3 Evo, not the best, but clear out that blocker out of the way just so we can start swinging on a future turn. And then put our opponent to 1, so they can't do a whole lot with that too early. They're going to swing with the Sparrowmon. It is going to crash, but they get that draw off the Pigmon. We do see that new EmperorGreymon there that got hit in security. Looks like they're debating some big plays here. Gonna have to go for another Taiki. Not the best. Must be a little bit of a brick here, having to play a second Taiki so soon. Definitely need your pieces, though. So yeah, grab the Dorulmon and the Starmons, so that way you can start making your Shoutmon cross plays here. So another Yokomon, and that is the Flamemon. That's the reveal 4, and you can add 1 target. Not amazing, but not bad. EmperorGreymon with the Atomic Inferno. I have missed Atomic Inferno. 1 cost, gain 3k, and security attack +1. Absolutely crazy there. Flamemon also going to swing in and just hit into a Starmon and going to live off of that. Pretty wild. There we see that Starmon coming down that they added earlier off that second Taiki. And we added a Takuya of our own in play there. So, and then just looking at trash, we only have 1 thing in trash, so not going to be doing any big warp plays just yet. But we do have 4 more hybrids there in play that could be sent to trash really quickly. We're going to see the Derulo coming down there, and it's going to minus on the Flamemon, which will kill it. Does put us another hybrid in trash, but unfortunately, that's 1 less swing we're going to get. And Yeah, so it's a 3 play cost on the tamer there, and they're going to use the Zenji to gain 1 memory back, in case you're not familiar. And then when she's suspended, you also gain 1. Playing a second one there, so not too bad. And that DP minus will stay until the end of the turn on our Burning Greymon there. But only 2 security left. Doesn't take much, I would say. Like, literally, you can go hybrid for game in this situation. Assuming there's nothing too terrifying in security there. There could be some sort of option you got to worry about. Seeing the Aguni coming down here for 1 Evo cost. So we've seen that slide evolution. And, yeah, just talking about the DP minusing situation still being in effect. And hitting into the white tamer there. And then there we go. Hybrid for game. All right, going into game 2. So, yeah, super fast. Atomic Inferno, just a beast of a card. This one, I think this is a good game, though, just in general. I wanted to show off the power of Red Hybrid. It can be pretty quick, even when you don't have, like, the most, like, terrifying of plays. But our opponent clearly breaking, though, playing out the tamer and nothing to play off of it. Ouch, that's very, very unfortunate. For us, though, we're going to Evo in Raising Area, and looks like we drew into the better hard play Flamemon there. Debating what to pick up. Burning Greymon did us really good in the previous game, so I think that's a solid pick. And then hard playing out the Takuya there. That is the old Warp Takuya. It is not the Memory Fixer, which is a fantastic card. But again, that would have been 4 memory to our opponent. Granted, they're bricking, so it wouldn't be a terrible play to play that one. And ouch, playing the cross 3 there. For a total of 5 there with the King Mode Shoutmon to help reduce it, since its King Mode is counted as a Shoutmon. I thought it was only treated, and there's that on play a little bit late. Picking up 2 Cross Hearts. I thought King Mode only counted as a Shoutmon while on the field, but I guess I was mistaken. Swinging with Flamemon, hoping to die there, but hitting into a Taiki. Not the best. We set Sarmon's added underneath. I did not see what they grabbed, though. But yeah, hoping they died just so we can get that draw off the Yokomon, I think. Cross 3 is 6k, which is, I think, just a smidge too big for Burning Greymon to pop. I think Burning Greymon's limited at 4. But going to swing in here. We have the security attack bonus from the Takuya because our DP is big enough. So we got 2 checks off of that. And just like that, we played out the Nemon, so that way if they kill off our Burning Greymon, we can immediately play that Takuya back. I can't remember if I misplayed and I had another Takuya in hand or not. I can't remember. But it was something after the fact. I was like, oh, I don't know if I played Nemon correctly or not. And they do swing over the Flamemon now, which we don't have a Tamer in play anymore, which is a bit of a bummer. But yeah, we've already got him down to 1 security already, and what was that? Like turn 2, I think, for us for Red Hybrid. So Red Hybrid, super, super aggressive. I'm really liking it. I mean, it's doing the same stuff it's always done, but now it just has so many more pieces, so you don't have to like worry about breaking or anything like that as much anymore. So it's really, really powerful. We can get good value out of Nemon because we've got multiple Takuyas now with inheritables, so we actually get good value out of Nemon now compared to used to. No one really ever ran Nemon. Going for the Shoutmon there in the raising area. And then here comes the nastiness. Mervamon for 11. Slot something underneath and then get to play 2 things out. And everything is now a blocker on their side of the field. Anything with, I think it's the save mechanic, they all have blockers. So that whole field, including Mervamon, is a blocker. So passing to us. Oh, and then debating with the DP minus on. So DP minus the Nemon there with the Darulamon on play. All right, so hatching into another Yokomon here. And that's the second Flamemon that we saw. So that's the reveal 4, add 1. Not the best. I definitely prefer the on-play reveal 3, add 2. Here we're going to see an Aldemon for 1. Just try to get a bit more draw power, maybe get into a Mega. At this moment, really wishing I had gone with the Mega instead. on that initial search, because now I'm sitting with like multiple Burning Greymons in hand, and I could have had a Mega at this point, and that Mega would have been really, really powerful because it would have been super beefy, and because like all the DP buffs and stuff we have, as well as it gets to pop something. So popping the Mervamon right here would have been perfect. So like this is a huge misplay on my part. If I had grabbed the EmperorGreymon, I could have evoed right here in this instance, gone to 0, popped the Mervamon, and then we would have just been fine. We would have been like killing everything, and then we'd be in a great position. But now that Mervamon is going to be an absolute pain in the butt. So swing of Aldermon and just blocks with the Starmons there. Playing out a Takuya there, going into a Burning Greymon on top of it to pop the other one. Mainly just to kind of stave off some aggro. I mean, look at that field. They would have had 5 bodies on field if we hadn't cleared some stuff off. So, yeah, and it gets worse from here. Spoiler alert, it gets worse. So start of turn, he's going to choose the cross 3 ability there to break it apart. Gains memory, gets to save the materials. Going to swing with the Mervamon now because our DP buff is only during our turn. Going to swing with the Shoutmon. Draw off that Pikmon. Only hits into an Atomic Inferno, which, you know, under normal situations would be great, but not in this one. In this one, it's completely useless. It definitely would have been better to have maybe a removal option or something trigger. Going to hard play out the cross 5 here. Has several pieces, not all the pieces though. It looks like missing just the Sparrowmon, so it's going to be a 2-play cost. Going to draw off of the Tamer there for the on play of the XHeart. So this has security attack +1, reboot, blocker. Oh man, all kinds of stuff. Piercing. So yeah, probably no reason not to swing with the cross 5. Or it might not have reboot. I can't remember. I can't remember if it has it built in or not, or if it needs the Sparrow. So here we're just reading over the text. The issue is, so we're playing with proxies, right? And the printer that we had them done at was just slightly blurry, and we couldn't tell what right off of what the minus was for the on play, and because it looked like a 3 and it also looked like a 1. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's a 1, but it looked like a 3 on the card. So that was the big debate. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a 1, and so we had to go back and double check it there. But yeah, it's an on play. You can -1 for every source you use. You can use sources from the trash when you use a Shoutmon on the field. So you need to at least get 1 Shoutmon to trigger that. And then it's -1 for play cost. And you can have infinite amounts of of stuff underneath it you want to put underneath it. They just all have to be different numbers, I believe. I can't remember if it's different names, but it's definitely different numbers. So having to back that up, because yeah, that would have been absolutely incredibly powerful card. So looking at his hand, he doesn't have any other pieces. He's got tons of Tamers with nothing to do there. So going to have to back it up here, back to the Shoutmon on field. Still in a great position though overall, I would say. Granted, you never know what some decks can do just out of nowhere, especially super aggressive decks here. We're going to see that Taiki come down. Going to add a Sparrowmon and a Greymon to hand. So going to be great for other ones. And that Mervamon will reboot because of the Sparrowmon. So now I've got 2 big beefy blockers there to deal with, which is not pleasant. Here we're going to see the Aldermon again coming down for 1 Evo cost on top of that Burning Greymon. And it's really big and beefy again, which is nice. Swing for security. Going to let it go through there. Very interesting choice not to block it. Although would have lost a body. Probably didn't want to lose a body. Sacrifice any of the made piece. You don't want to lose the Mervamon. You probably don't want to lose the cross 5 because you're going to need it to do some good damage here in a minute. And then yeah, having to play out the Memory Fixer Takuya, like not the best what you would hope to see there in that situation. And then not seeing a mega is huge. I think that's like the biggest issue here is like we run 6 megas and we're not seeing any of them at this moment. That sucks. So here we're gonna see that Mervamon swing. Very interesting. We didn't see the cross 5 swing with the piercing. Shoutmon swings, draw for the Pikmon, does dies, gets to save it under the Taiki. But yeah, this game would have gone completely different if we had just seen that Mega in that one turn, could have killed the Mervamon, because the Mervamon's put in so much work making his entire field blockers. Mervamon is so good. It's like a one of tech is all it is. And it's so stupid strong. So here we're going to see the Shoutmon Cross 7 come down here. Going to use the Taiki there to start playing sources from underneath. We see the Omni Shoutmon and the Zeeg, Starmon, Sparrow. Going to draw off the Yellow Tamer there. Just pops my poor little rookie, which, you know, like, oh, it's a hybrid deck. I can just go into another hybrid. What am I supposed to do in this situation? Is 3 blockers on the field. Oh, Bokomon's going to show up and save the day, people. They finally see the Emperor there a little late. We get the automatic Tamer pickup, and then we get a debate which of the hybrids we want to pick up in this situation. Honestly, there's really nothing that can be done in this situation. I think once they see the Merva and then, you know, the cross 7 hits the field, there's the uphill battle in this situation. I think is so difficult, especially if it has blocker innately as well. At any point, you're gonna see a Flamemon for a draw, so he can go 0 Evo with the Bokomon ability. But, you know, you could go 0 Evo and then into an Aldemon for 1 and then into a EmperorGreymon, maybe one with Blitz to get a little bit more value. I think that Cross 7 is kind of beefy, though. I know it's 13 innately. I can't remember if it has any buffs right now. I haven't had to actually play Cross 7 in the BT11 format. Somehow, as popular as this deck is right now, it's pretty crazy. We've seen some other builds, though, with the Cross 7 Superior mode using just an insane draw engine. You just want to see as many different pieces as possible, so you can just go straight into a superior mode. So you see stuff like the Guilmons instead of the Pikmons. You see the Guilmon draw package. So the Guilmon when attacking, draw 1, and the Guilmon X antibody, as well as you see like the Fireball and the Hero of the Sky. So just the deck has stupid draw, and then you just go straight into your Cross 7 superior mode off all your pieces, and you don't actually have to run really much of anything else. So here we are seeing the plays I was talking about there. So we see the 0 Evo cost Burning Greymon, and then the Aldemon for 1 on top of that has stupid big buffs here. He's going to block with the cross 5 there, and it's just going to get to save all of its materials, so we don't really get much value there. And again, just, yeah, and then double checking. It's like, yep, I did bottom deck that Emperor earlier. And so basically I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I can't, there's nothing in this deck that I can do at this point. Just checking back, I was like, yeah, if I had grabbed that Emperor instead of the 4th Burning Greymon, just because that Burning Greymon did me so good in that first game, and it's just kind of, yeah, at that point, I got so used to it. So debating what plays to do here. Just going to go for security. Got 2 checks there. Going to go for Mervamon over the Aldemon. Go for the Zenji here. So 2 play cost. Draw 1. Gets the Ballista blocker on field. So just more of a reason. Then we're just trying to fix, make sure memory is correct here. Yeah, so, yeah, just making sure, getting memory back to where it should be because of the Zenjis. Because the Zenji basically is a 2 play cost when you play the Ballistamon. It's just really super strong. So, field full of blockers again. Going to play at the Derulo, which will kill the poor Bokomon there. Gonna reboot with because of the Sparrowmons, and now he has 5 blockers on field. I'm at 1 security. All I've got is a poor Flamemon. There's just nothing that I could possibly do in this situation. And again, it comes back to that Mervamon put in so much work in this game. I think it's a fantastic tech. And yeah, basically, I end up scooping it up. My battery did run out right here in this. That's why it cut off. But it's just another like a minute or two of me like beating my head against a brick wall of not being able to get anywhere, and it was just super, super strong. Just because of the Mervamon, I think if you're playing any sort of cross-heart deck, just a quick tech-in Mervamon as a one-of, I think is super solid. I mean, basically, I don't have the exact list here, but it's all the same stuff, all the normal cross-7 decks you're used to seeing, except it's got the Mervamon, and I think he's got like 2 cross-7 superior modes in there just to try to make it work, but not an overly necessary card. That's a big thing that I noticed about the secret rares in BT12 is they're super strong. They're really like top end, like in-game cards. Like they're meant for late game, but they're not needed for most matches. Like most games are done by the mid game, and the secret rares in BT12 are very much in-game cards for when the matches go too long and you need it, for lots of resources and things like that. And so that's kind of neat. But yeah, Crossheart still pretty much the same as always. But that'll go ahead and do it for this video. If you want to see the full in-depth deck profiles that we'll go over later this week, the Crossheart deck that I'll be showcasing will be the super draw heavy version of it, which is a little bit different than the normal Crossheart decks we're used to seeing. I'll probably just throw that one in there just so you can kind of get a basic idea of it, but the big card by card will be for the big draw heavy superior mode build. And then we'll also of course be doing our red hybrid build walkthrough later this week as well. The one I'm super excited about, there's tons of alt arts in this deck that all look fantabulous. But yeah, so stay tuned for those, and yeah, have a good one.